Good morning. Welcome to my channel. This is Felly from Mommy Quail, and I am doing a video based on pretty much enduring a workplace that we are just not happy with. It piggybacks on taking time for yourself. So it's an encouraging message today. So I just want to give you guys a little something. I used to work for a restaurant company, and I really want to reach out to the restaurant people, the people every day who's waking up super early, who's doing all the business, all the job, while their managers or their GMs are reaping the benefits. So I'm going to give you a little, a little explanation on why I quit my job, and honestly all the stuff that was going through at that time. And I want to just kind of reach out to people who may be going through the same thing at a restaurant, maybe going through the same thing at a job, excuse me. And I feel like it's because we go through this circle, right? And we're like, should we leave? We're loyal to the company. So pretty much, I want to talk about like 5 things you should be looking out for when you're at the workplace and if it's not a job for you. So let me just give you a backdrop. So like for me, I worked at a restaurant. I was a young mother. I wanted to pursue, obviously, financial stability. I wanted to move up in a company. I wanted to be invested in. I wanted to grow within a company. I wanted to be able to provide for my family and have a well balance of life. Did any of that stuff happen? No. And we were there I was there for 7 years. So that's a long time to be committed to even a relationship, a job relationship, a friendship, and you're not seeing anything coming out of it. So if you start seeing nothing's coming out of it, it's time for you to move on. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to work, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to anything, like if it's not working out, just move on, okay? How long you give it to see that, each person's different. Each person's like tolerant threshold is different. Each person has different pet peeves. So I don't want to put a point number on when you should leave, but when you know you need to leave, you will know. So 5 things. Number 1, the first thing, are you happy? This is usually the first sign that you are just really not in the position that you should be in, really not in the industry you should be in. So are you happy? When you wake up, do you feel like, don't want to go to work? So that happened to me all the time. The reason why, it wasn't my guests. I loved serving. I loved having regulars come in, loved having conversations. I loved serving the guests. That was my biggest thing. I loved doing it, interacting. For me to wake up and be like, I do not want to go to work today, like, and it'd be every single day. I could see if it's like a Monday or like you partied and you can't wake up, but an everyday thing where there's like never a day where I'm like, I get to go to work, get out of that job. Get out of that job. My thing was just not being appreciated. That was my main thing. Just no thank yous, no good job, no nothing, just always complaining, always pressuring, always wanting, the stats up or the numbers up. There really wasn't any personal like encouragement at all. So that's number 1. Number 2. So are you happy? Number 2. Is your family happy? That's a big one. Because here's another thing. Number 1, you could be happy. You could be loving this job. You could say, this is the best job I've ever had in my life for myself. How's your family? How's your husband? How's your kids? Is that working out in coherence with your job? Are they together? Are they working out? Because I will say this happens not only to women, but I would say mainly to men, where they like a job, they're doing it, they're going through it, and all of a sudden the wife's not being looked upon, not being visited, not even seeing her husband. Number two, are the kids being affected by your workplace? Are the kids being affected by your schedule, whatever, anything with the work? So I'm gonna say, if that's a yes, leave your job. Leave your job. Now, I'm going to tell you why I say me, okay? My family was not happy with me working where I was working. Number one, they never knew when I was coming home. My husband never knew when I was coming home. It was always another order, another job, another client, more work to do. Someone called off. I have to come in. I know every position, so you need to stay. Sorry, babe, I can't come home. Sometimes I don't even have time to call, There's a big line. There's nothing going. I have to stay. So my family was really getting affected. My eldest was crying. My man was like, seriously, you're never home. So yeah, I will say that's number two. Okay. Number three. Is the burden, the labor burden, is the work put out in alignment with your pay? That's a good word. In alignment with your pay. So here's what I'm trying to say. If you are tacking on more work, if you are tacking on more tasks and skills, if you are being cross-trained, if you're doing all these things and you are not seeing a raise, an investment, not a promise. I'm talking about actual action. See, that's the thing. That's another number, but let me stop. So, are you putting out what you're getting back? If you feel that you're putting out way more than what that company is returning to you, I say get out. Reason why I'm saying this. So I started in the company as a little person, as a server, okay? Then I moved up to cashier, to expediter, to, to trainee, to being cross-trained to the back of the house, to, literally moving up to become a supervisor. So I know from the bottom to the top, the positions, right? So then as I became a supervisor, here's where the halt stopped. Up until then, I was getting compensated for the works I was doing, but it was at a very low rate regardless, right? But when I became a supervisor, which I thought would have been the most growth in my career, wanting to become a GM at the beginning, that was my goal, was wanting to be a GM and helping numbers and just running a great place. As that subsided, I lowered my expectation to just manager. That never happened. So are you getting out the money that you're putting in the work for? My line people were making more than me. I found people who were walking in with zero experience making more money than me. Not sure if that was a male thing. Not sure if that was a sexist thing. Not sure if that was, I'm a Hispanic woman, a minority, young person. I don't know if that was discriminatory towards me. I have my feelings, but are you being paid in compensation, in correlation, in line with what you're putting into that job? If not, get it out. That's number 3. Know your worth, okay? Number 4, if that job is putting in promises more than showing actual eagerness and urgency in investing in you. For example, if 1 or 2 years pass and they're promising you a position or they're giving you tasks, you are knocking every task out and there's still nothing to reap after you are sowing, you need to leave. That's number 4. So promises, empty promises, keeping on with the promises, making you do more tasks, you completing them, asking for more tasks, coming up with excuses. You know, if a company wants to keep you, they will keep you. If a company appreciates you, they will appreciate. If they do not, 9 times out of 10, they will not learn to do so. They will not grow to do so. They will stay the same. And you staying is like saying, hey, I'm not worth that. You're right, I don't deserve that. You're right, I can't be here. I need to not be here. If that's the mentality that you're going through, or the brainwashing you feel, that, man, I might not be the best. I had those questions to myself too. I had those statements to myself like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And guess what? It wasn't about that. In the end, all the things I found out, it was over things that they had no documentation over. It was their own preference, their own bias, their own perspective. It was never talked about with me. So there was not going to be anything going on with for me. There wasn't. And no one was honest enough to tell me that. So I could move on. Because what I was considered was cheap labor. So, and that goes with number 3, I believe. Are you getting paid out what you're paying? Are you cheap labor now? Are they overworking you and getting that money? Okay, and then number 5. Do you love what you do? Very different than waking up, wanting to wake up and go to work. Because you could like, your restaurant job, you got some people, you got your regulars, But I'm talking about deep down inside. Is it something you love to do? Is it your passion? Is this going to be something you're interested in and that has longevity? And, like, are you going to be proud to tell people what you do? Not like, hey, I manage a restaurant. Or, man, guys, I am doing awesome things with what I'm, hired for. Ooh, excuse me. So that's another thing. Do you love, absolutely love? Is it in your passion? Is it you? Does it describe you? Are you, every day, is that your purpose? Here's what I'm saying and why I say that's number 5. Those are the top 5, okay? So when you wake up, do you feel you're making an impact enough where you're proud of yourself? So money has nothing to do with this part. And I'm going to tell you why. I am a serving person. That is why I liked what my job was as a restaurant person, as a manager, as a person, as an employee, whatever. I did like it. I loved interaction. I'm a talker. I was good at it. I love the pressure, the fast pace. That is me wholeheartedly. But there was no real benefit for me or to others. There was no real change or impact, really, but then have a good day, So I'm going to tell you what I do now. I watch little kids for a living. It is something I chose to do, something I looked for. And honestly, it's the best move I've ever done. It's not the most rewarding in money right now because I don't have a license. But I will tell you this. It is good money pretty much. If you look at like care.com and different places, like if you want to be a nanny. In my case, I don't want to be, but I have my own things and I'm going to have a video on that. But I will say every day when I wake up, I'm happy. I'm home with my children. I get to impact my kids' lives. I impact other little people. I am literally putting my hands in their lives and making them and guiding them and helping them and seeing their growth every single day. That to me is so beneficial and it is so rewarding. So I definitely just wanted to touch base with you on those 5 things. I wasn't feeling rewarded at my job. I wasn't even feeling appreciated at my job. But I will say, these little kids every single day, they make my day. They enrich my lives. The kids, oh my God. I'm sorry, they enrich the lives of my own children. My children help to really benefit their lives. So it is such a beautiful thing to see. I've had so many beautiful kids in my house and able to help them. And that to me, it's the best of both worlds. I'm still serving. But it's honestly doing what I love. And I never thought I would be doing this. So watching 3 little girls at home makes my life so much better than what I was doing at an Uncle Sam's job. I'll talk to you more specific about how much, how much you can make. It's definitely worth it if you are a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad. Like, it's a really good gig. But I don't just do it for money, because I'm making less than what I was making at the restaurant, because I'm home and it's different. But I will say this, I'm okay to help my husband this way. And as a part-time person, I'm working full-time, but in part-time money, it's more than part-time money at times. So I will say that I am extremely happy with the switch. I literally pass my old job and literally say, I'm so happy that I made this switch. So just so you know, 5 things. Look at them up. See if you need to get out of your job. Restaurant people, I know you're feeling me right now. I know that you are. Even if you really love the job, think about it. Think about where you're going to be. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm tired. Where you're going to be in 5 years with that company. What's happening in any job? In 5 years, are you going to be in a position you want to be in? Are you going to be happy with the life you have and after 5 years of investing your time in this place? You know, if not, I'm telling you, you need to get out of that job. Anyway, so I hope this is encouraging and kind of helps you guide you through like the top 5 things and reasons why I finally quit my job. And it was very hard to do so. I will have a video based on just that and all my struggles that we went through. But I will say it's the best thing I've ever done. If you feel stuck at your job, don't ever feel that way. Find a way out, find what you like, and get moving. All right, thanks for watching. Before you go, if you could hover over that little icon and just go ahead and subscribe. My goal is 1,000 subscribers. So I'm only at 19, guys. It's my first little step. So I really want to go from 19 to 1,000 in one day. No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. But I would love that. I would love to, you know, get more people involved. I would love to start a little community. And I would really love to just grow with everyone and to share my experiences, and that way you guys can share yours too. I think that we learn a lot from one another that way. So if you could please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your struggles with your job. Thank you so much for visiting, and may your heart smile.